listening to the Stone Morning Show.
If you want to win one of these beautiful t-shirts, just go to prisonlogic.com and post your facts there. Now, where was I? The war on hippies and blacks continues to this very day. I think Nelson Rockefeller, then governor of New York, got in on it too. He was like, give them life without parole, even if they're a juvenile, with no chance of repeal. And that's how the mandatory drug possession charge became a minimum sentence of 15 years. You better get that money, 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 get that money. Before you know it, the whole country...
All right, so we're going to welcome to the show, WBKS1.com, the Storm Warner Show. That funny man. Great actor, too, man. Romany Malco, welcome to the show.
Man, thank you very much.
How are you?
Very much. I'm good. I'm real talk. I'm so tired because, you know, I've been traveling and I've been working on this crowdfunding campaign, and I didn't realize it was going to be consuming as it is stuff. But other than that, I'm good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You've been doing some incredible work, man. We love it here at WBKS1.com, man. We definitely appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Now, I got to take it back to the essence. And Shadow, you Brooklyn born, right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I look. I was born in Brooklyn, but I kind of was raised everywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, like most Caribbean parents, you're born in Brooklyn, but you grew up in Trinidad too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I go back and forth. I keep going back and forth. So I would go from New York, go to school there, then I go to school in Trinidad, come back to New York, and then eventually lived in Texas. But yeah, and then I moved back. I actually moved back to Brooklyn before I left to Puerto Rico.
Okay. Yeah. Now let me ask you, man. Look, when was it when you said, you know what, I just want to get in this acting game. I'm going to take it by storm. When was it that you realized that?
I never really said that. I never really felt like, oh, I needed to be an actor. I just felt like, you know, I had an internet business. I was doing pretty successful with business, and I was like, you know, comfortable with that until John Leguizamo came into my life, and his wife was like, oh, this dude is funny. You should have him, you know, and I ended up auditioning for his movie, and the directors liked me and all that other stuff, and it just kind of started putting it in my head. But I just always struggled with accepting that I could possibly be in the business. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it wasn't until I was in the business for like 7 years where I came to this point. I was like, okay, it's no longer easy. Like, it was really fairly easy for the first 7 years. Now to up the notch, it's no longer easy. And usually what I tend to hear about, let me speak for myself. Oh shit, I'm giving you a long-winded answer, man. Let me go lay down.
Nah, it's all good, man.
You're good.
The people.
You sure you want to hear this?
Look, we want to hear it. The people are up listening, bro.
Okay, all right. Well, look, here's what happens is like, what I've known, I grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of really talented people. So I'm one of those people who I can successfully start an internet business. I can get a rap career going. I can, you know, act. And so what has happened is that I found that it inhibits my ability to commit. So what ends up happening is when things get challenging on one endeavor, I just switch to another endeavor.
We got you back, bro.
Yeah, you got me back. I don't know what happened, man. You know, I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like they tapping my shit, dude. I'm serious. Yeah.
Hey, with this new project, they might be tapping you, bro.
You know, it's so funny because TJ is so under the radar. Okay, let me finish what I was saying. I know I'm an ADD y'all to death, but I was basically saying, if you grew up around a lot of people, you grew up around people who know how to do a lot of different things. They're really good at a lot of different things. You know, at least speaking for myself, I'm not that I'm really good at a lot of different things, but I do have a lot of different options as far as like earning a living, and I've exploited a lot of them. And because of that ability to do other things, I tend not to commit. So once something gets really challenging, I just switch to the next thing, and then I continue looking good. Mm-hmm. Then I hit that glass ceiling, and then I switch to the next thing and continue looking good. And acting for the first time, I was like, I'm sticking this one out. I don't care what I look like.
Right. Now, what was that one role when you played your character, you did your thing, the movie came out, and people really started knowing who you was and what you was about?
Well, you know, the United States is very interesting because it's a place where blacks are, you know, like an urban or a movie with a predominantly black cast comes out, and you don't really get a whole lot of, it has to cross over significantly in order for white people to see that damn thing. And then it works the other way around as well. And so it happened twice for me. Once with Weeds, and 3 times. Weeds, 40-Year-Old Virgin, and then Think Like a Man. But when Think Like a Man came out, brothers was coming up to me like I'd never been in the movie. They're like, man, you know what I'm saying? You were young, you were cat. Mind you, I'm in my 40s. You gonna work, dog. You gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Who your agent? Who your agent? And I was like, man, been in this game for a minute, and it's just the way it is in the USA. So and then to answer the first question, that's how racism affects me.
Okay. Wow. And it's funny, man, because bro, I looked at your reel like about 4 times on the racket of racism, and I was like, deep. So I got to ask you, what made you go there? And I like the whole prison logic thing, crazy concept. Yeah. Just take us, like, what made you say, you know what, I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to do this mockumentary. That's what you call it.
Mockumentary, yeah.
Okay. What? Just take us to the racket of racism, man. What brought that into existence?
I was just in Puerto Rico. I was just in Puerto Rico chilling, and I just thought, I just felt like there was so much unhealthy dialogue going on in the United States. And I have to say that being in Puerto Rico, I'm a little bit removed from, the bunch of it, so I'm kind of observing as a little bit of an outsider. And I was like, and what I mean by a little bit of an outsider, I just mean like, when I step out of my door, I'm not under the same racial scrutiny that I am in the United States.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where I live in the whole world, it's racism everywhere, but it's a very unique type of racism here in the United States. Yeah. Ever since Nixon's elimination of blacks. So, to answer your question, I just was like, wow, there's a lot of unhealthy dialogue around it, and people really don't seem to be getting it from, in my opinion, from both ends. And I've always felt like if you just kind of could help people understand the root of the problem, they have their aha moment. All races, And I was like, I didn't really expect the video to go viral. I really was just trying to help unify people a little bit more under, discussing race.
Yeah, you did more than unify. Oh, yeah. You educated people because you dropped so many history facts in there, and I was like, wow. I was like, I hope they don't come after him for this, because you was keeping it so 100, man.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, we live in a world now where people, I think, are afraid of the truth, and they're afraid of that knowledge, and they're afraid of being educated. Excuse me, in such a way. So, sorry, my asthma was like kicking my butt. My question to you is, despite the fact that we do need to hear this, we do need to be educated on everything that you were talking about, are you afraid that most people are going to be opposed to listening and more advocating towards trying to shut you down because you are, basically telling people, because there's a lot that people don't know, and he's really spitting some knowledge. Are you afraid of that, or is that going to just give you the urge to just keep on pushing forward?
No, I honestly, man, I don't know if, look, I guess I'm not as popular as a lot of the others out there, but I just kind of always just, I don't really think about that shit. I just do my own thing, and, shut me down how? I'm so, unfortunately, and I'm not unfortunately, but I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm so economically diversified. Like, it's not like you can really prevent me from succeeding or prevent me from earning a living. And I'm not a person who my life is based around my travels and my experiences. It's not really about the acquisition of things. So I don't have like a big overhead, and so I ain't worried about that. And what you gonna tell me I can't make movies or whatever? I mean, what the fuck? You're gonna choose that over your people?
Right, exactly.
I don't. It's just really and truly just never been a concern of mine. And I have friends who are always like, you got to be careful, blah blah blah. That it's not my concern. And and to be honest with you, it's a great cause to be shut down for. You know what I mean? And so I don't know if you've noticed, but I've done my best to navigate outside of Hollywood anyway, if that's what you mean by they.
Yeah.
And I've done my best to navigate outside of Hollywood anyway. I don't really run into Hollywood circles. I try my best to be very careful in the work that I do with studios. As you can see, you don't see me on network television quite often. The one time that you've seen me in recent times doing anything for network television is because my boy in heart asked me to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, you know, we're in a different era, man, and there's, you know, there's opportunities to build and create your own platforms, and, you know, with a wise business model, you can realize and take care of yourself, and, you know, just don't go out there and buy no $50 million house.
Right.
Now,
and don't get nobody. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't get nobody what?
Don't get nobody prematurely pregnant. You know what I'm saying? You know. No, just keep the expenses low and live your life. Like that's another thing. Like, okay, so I'm gonna just talk my ass off now, but you know the thing that I noticed is that, and I think it's a byproduct of American culture. It's this kind of thing that you know, when you look at television and you look at the way that we've been raised and educated, success is basically the acquisition of things, social status, and monetary gain. And as you can see, that a lot of people acquire those things, and yet and still they can't keep their penis out of little boys.
Right.
They can't find happiness. They can't find fulfillment. And I think that a big part of that is because of the fact that what we are not teaching people is that purpose is a key factor in any sense of true fulfillment. And so for me, this is just basically purpose. This is all it is. It's purpose. Ain't that big a deal. I swear to you, I didn't think I was doing anything special by making this video. Like, there's plenty of people on the internet giving history lessons. I did think that my perspective would be a little bit more, you know, humorous and unique, but I did not expect this.
The twist you put on it made it more interesting. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even for the young cats, that's like, oh man, I don't want to hear no history lesson, whatever.
But they see him.
Yeah, they see you, and you were so funny with it, and you were so witty with how you delivered it. It made you say, you know what? I want to see what he's gonna say next. Right. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's magic in the narrative, man. You make it into a story. People will listen. By nature, I've been doing this for a minute. I've been doing this. With my character Tijuana Jackson. Everybody who's listening right now, go to prisonlogic.com. Click on that video. If you do not laugh, I want you to call in and tell me you did not laugh, so we can have a discussion about that. But I've been doing it with Tijuana Jackson for a minute. I've been doing this for a while. I've had a few Tijuana Jackson videos. You know, had some real success. I've had HBO. I've done stuff with this character on HBO, and it's basically I have found that I can reach a lot of what America deems forgotten youth. I can reach a lot of people who are these days too busy for their own history, and I can reach a lot of people who are just used to hearing, you know, the sensationalism of pundits that you get from news on television.
Right.
And I use this format of incorporating humor and truth. People can't turn away from it as easily, and that's a 19-minute video that's viral. A 19-minute video, that's basically an entire funeral in modern times.
Now I'm looking at for Prison Logic, you got the crowdfunding thing popping, and so far you like at like what 105,000?
Yeah, yo, I don't know how that happened, dude. I do not. I swear to you. I'm just say this. Thank God. Thank every single person who has contributed. I don't know how that happened. Amen.
So your goal is almost there, right?
Yeah, I'm almost at my goal.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I mean, look, you're a man.
That is fire. No, man. You know what? I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna just talk on it a little bit. One, there's a lot of strategy that goes into putting it together, and two, there's a lot of luck. And three, there's a lot of goodwill. I've been doing this Tijuana Jackson character since, I don't know, 2006, 2007. You know what I mean? I've got letters and emails from parents and kids alike of all different nationalities telling me TJ changed their life. They first discovered TJ when they was in ICU. They was chained to their bed because they got busted for racketeering, all kinds of stuff. And that TJ stuff just changed their lives. Now they in school or they married and they got careers that they're proud of. They started their own businesses. Been doing this for like 6-7 years. So when it was time for me to make the call a while and reach out to all the people that had been, watching Romany Jackson videos over the last 7 years, they was like coming in there and buying big perks quick.
Right.
And that is part of, again, it's like not forgetting community. You know what I mean? And don't get it twisted. You piss your community oftentimes because, it can't all be one-sided, but that's what, at least in my opinion, that's a big part of what TJ is about and what Prison Logic is about. And so even when I make this movie, Prison Logic, it's going to be Tijuana Jackson getting out of jail, aspiring to be a life coach.
Right.
And the shit is going to be funny as hell, but the whole time you're just picking up nuggets all the way down the line.
Hilarious.
And speaking of just talking about the whole prison thing, you touched on in the racket of racism how prisons is big business. It's racism turned into business.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, the information's out there for anybody who wants it. What they did was, I want to say earlier back in 96, 97, they started proposing how, oh man, if you have this prison neighbor, it's going to save your state a whole lot of tax money, right? And so, people buy into it, I do it, they attach it to other bills and whatnot, and then the next thing you know, it passes. But what people don't realize is that you've got the inmates who are in prison working for free or or maybe sometimes 15, 26 cents an hour. If they're physically capable, they're pretty much required to work. They are, there are tons of companies in fields ranging from agriculture to telecommunications and everything in between that are benefiting from this private prison free labor. They don't have to pay workers' comp. They don't have, they have to pay if there's an injury. They don't have to, pay for vacation. There's no medical benefits provided. They're just basically getting really, really cheap free labor. It's ultimately slavery. And so, yeah, you could say, okay, the state of Florida benefited. They got $59 million. They say $59 million in taxes from the prison labor. But when you actually do the math, right? When you actually do the math, it's more of a $59 million kickback while them as a whole are earning a much larger sum. And these big businesses and these private prison industries are then taking their profits or a portion of their profits and lobbying, to your state lawmakers. You don't want that for your state.
Right.
I don't, because then that means is more likely to be arrested for having some weed. That means that your daughter is more likely for being arrested for drunken, for being .01 over whatever the alcohol limit is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want that. And
right.
So we're just not aware of it. They just, like I said, they found sneaky ways to sneak all that. And I'm sitting here and complicating the shit now. But, as we're talking about it more in depth, I figured I would share that.
So I mean, I'm listening to you, bro, and I see you also doing a stand-up comedy routine, but more or less geared towards your goal, your focus with some of the nuggets you're dropping. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I hear you, and I'm like, I think of Chris Rock, because you know how Chris Rock always get political.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
and he's all
he does.
Yeah. And
I've sat in audiences and heard Chris Rock say stuff, and was afraid to look around, bro. Right. I was afraid I'd make eye contact with somebody.
Right, right.
Yeah,
but I see that coming from you, man, because especially with this project and everything, it's like I'm really digging it. We're gonna share that out on all our pages and all throughout social media. We're gonna share out the crowdfunding links as well. And then you got the movie popping, Almost Christmas. Talk to us about that.
Almost Christmas, now here's some real, this is the honest to God truth. I tweeted it the other day. I told Will, thank you so much. I just finished doing a project called Mad Dogs. It was the most exhausting project I've ever done in my life. I've never, ever had to work that hard on a job before, and I've never worked on anything more chaotic. And so I didn't want to do this next movie because it was right behind it. And I was like, no, I'm taking a break for the rest of the year. And, my boy Will Packer called me. And he was like, Ron, you know how you do that funny straight man thing? I kind of need you for this, dude. I really need you for this. And only because of Will did I go, I got to go do the damn. That's not true. I heard the Gabrielle was producing it. And I was like, that is my girl. I mean, and Gab is my girl, though. I'm dead serious. And so I was like, I got to do it. And then as I signed on, I found out that Danny Glover was in it. I found out Monique was in it. And I ended up having a blast. And it ended up being a hit movie. And ended up testing amazingly. And so all I can do is now is just basically humbly thank Will for that.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're gonna run the trailer to the movie after the interview, and actually they premiered it, I think, at the ABFF. I was out in Miami, and they premiered the movie and everything, and everybody said they loved it.
Okay. That's dope. I tell you, it's a really good movie, man. You laugh in that movie, you cry in that movie, and there are moments in the movie, man, where, like, you know, you really feel the importance of family. Right. You know? And I'm happy to be a part of it, dude. Monique is up. Look, if y'all watch the trailer, there's a scene where Monique says some craziness, and I break out of character and laugh, and they put it in the trailer. That's how funny that shit was. You know, it's all song. It's on the song. Dancing was funny. Anyway, but yeah, man. And there's a kid, man. I always talk about him. I'm gonna talk about him again. There's two kids. Jesse T. Usher. This dude is probably the next Will Smith. And then there's this other kid. I can't even tell you. It's DC Young Fly. And you know, he's like a social media star. And, you know, to be a social media star, a lot of kids, you know, you do like more broad comedy. Right. But he got on set and was so subtle and funny at the same time. And I was like, where did this dude come from? He's so natural that I kind of like, I see the magic in him. So anyway, go see the damn movie.
hey, you was one of the funny. I know. Shout out to Steve Carell and all that, man. Yeah. But you was one of the funniest dudes.
No, he's hilarious.
In 40-Year-Old Virgin, that was like hilarious. Your scene was hilarious.
Yeah. And I have to say, I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of upset that you actually called in because I was hoping if you were going to come in the studio that you and I were going to be able to do the last scene when he's dancing to Aquarius.
Oh yeah!
When I tell you the first time I saw that,
I can make that a perk on my thing. Yo,
you
should.
We should
do a video of us dancing the last scene of the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Because when I tell you the first time I saw that, I promise you, I laughed at that scene and rewound. My daughter was like, "Can you stop rewinding it?" I brought it back like about 4 or 5 times, and I laughed so hard that I almost peed. I'm serious. Do you know what I'm talking
about? Yeah. I appreciate that.
Oh my God, he's hilarious. You're hilarious. But I just have one more question for you.
Yeah, please. Shoot, I'm listening.
Aside from your acting, aside from, you know, the comedy view of things and making us laugh and everything, what do you like more? Do you like now what you're doing as far as educating us and, you know, and getting it out there, you know, just about the knowledge that people just need to know right now? Like, if you had to choose, would you choose between that or making movies forever?
Well, you know, for me, I don't see them as a difference. To me, it's not necessarily what I'm doing, but it's how I'm doing it.
Okay.
And it's a great question. So let me thank you for that question real quick. And then I need to answer it like this. Unfortunately, the people who has America's attention, young and old, is the media.
Yeah.
And so, as much as we might despise it, we have to find ways to use it to educate. And so for me, that means making the movies, making the videos, and making content that is educational,
right,
not preachy, that's entertaining, and still can fit into those formats. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm doing now is I'm actually making my own movie. I got a gay movie, you know, that I'm planning to make that I've written over the years. But I'm making my first movie.
That's awesome.
I'm hoping that it's going to demonstrate how you can sit down and officially pee yourself and walk out feeling enlightened at the same time. That's my goal. Every time I do an interview, they're going to be like, so, you know, what do you hope to achieve in film? I hope to get some
people to piss themselves
and feeling enlightened.
That's
I want people to feel like they peed the bed.
Oh,
and the truth, I really need to do this. I would be miserable in my career. It's one of the reasons that I've steered away from like long-term television jobs and stuff. You do those jobs, you don't have your own voice, you know? You have to say what you're being told to say, and a lot of times it's not necessarily in the best interest of your people.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah. And listen, I'm not sitting here professing to be no revolutionary or nothing like that. I'm just saying, you know, for me to be happy, I feel like I need to be speaking truth. And I really want to be clear. I'm not one of these dudes that walks around thinking that all white people are racist. I come from a multicultural family.
Right.
As a lot of people know, my dad is black Venezuelan and East Indian. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, I can't, it's hard for me to like make that kind of generalization. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to get caught in that trap of American culture where I'm more concerned with seeming to be right or seeming to be aware than actually being aware. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Usually, people ask us as artists, like whether we're singers or actors or whatever, they always ask, what does it take? Like, what do we do as far as getting into character to like sing a certain song or get into character for a certain character? And I just feel like talking to you now that you give the same energy that I kind of get from all of your characters. Like, I feel like I know now who Jay is and Zeke, and because it's the same type of like, you know, the same type of vibe.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, like all the characters are funny and whatever.
I guess ultimately, for me, it depends on what you've seen of me.
Right.
But you know, it seems as though, to me, once I understand the intention of the character, like genuinely understand the intention of the character, it still boils down to playing some version of me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever see Mad Dogs, people go, "Oh my God, I never saw you in a dramatic role. I didn't know you could get down like that." Blah 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 blah. But I'm like, yeah, that's just a version of me that I don't have to be very often. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So I don't know if I'm actually an actor or what. But thank you.
You're welcome.
We got a call. We got a call in. I hope it's a question for Romney. Caller from the 832. State your name when you calling from. You on the Storm Morning Show.
That's Baytown. Let me tell y'all right now. That's Baytown, Texas.
What is it? They contact
Just trying to join into the fun. This is Lady Divine here.
Hey, Lady Divine.
How are you?
What's up, girl? How you doing? I know who you are. We went to school together.
I'm happy you remembered me. How are you doing?
How you
I'm doing well.
You got a question for Romney?
When are you coming back to Texas, Romney?
Well, I'll probably be there. I come there a lot. I'll probably be there in a couple of weeks, man, because my cousin just had a baby, and I'm another uncle.
Congratulations!
And they named the baby after me, so I got to go show up. You know.
Oh,
but,
sweet.
Yeah, but you remember did you come back to Baytown the last time I did it?
Yes, I met. We hanged out in Baytown. We took a couple of pictures together.
Right, but I remember that. But did you come back to Baytown though? We hung out, we took the pictures, but was that it back to Baytown?
No, I didn't do the Back to Baytown one.
Right. Okay, so you missed that night. That night was good. Anyway, you know, it's a thing that I basically do for the hometown. We're kind of going and talk to all the schools. And, you know, it's like, you leave our hometown, you got to come back with you go all over the world, you come back with a healing potion, right? So that, I come back with whatever insight I've gotten in regards to whatever it takes to succeed in acting, or whatever it takes to achieve things in life, or overcome pain and trauma that you have to deal with through your childhood, whatever, So anyway, anyway, Lady Divine and we went to school together. And,
nice.
I never, I never got a chance to date her, but it's all good.
It's okay. We're too old for that now.
Oh, come on. I'm in my prime.
You just shut him down.
Wait, she was like, you missed your window.
Well, yes, I'm in my prime, like 40. How old are we? We like, what? 41?
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I'm 150, but hey,
gosh.
I feel like I'm 21. People see me with my kids, and they're thinking that, oh, y'all sisters. I'm like, no, I'm 21. They're 28 and 24.
No, you know what? You really do look young. Actually, we just hijacked the radio station. Hold up.
Yeah. I'm loving it, though.
Hey, I'll talk to you later.
He's like, call me on the
Sorry.
Lady Divine,
bad.
thanks for calling in.
All right, Mr. Divine. Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah.
It's all
I
good.
knew when y'all said 832 it was Baytown, Texas. I'm sorry about that.
Wait, when you were asking a question, you said something about nuggets.
Yes.
And not chicken nuggets.
So yes. So the question I was asking you, and like I said, I love the racket of racism, all of that, and it's dropping some history, facts and everything. But give me a solution to the problem. Just give me one. I know there's many, and I know it's a hard question.
There are many. What, man, it's not even, like, real talk. The first thing that comes to mind, right, is researching the companies that benefit from prison labor and smooth cut them off. Let me tell you something. I mean, it would be a dream for me to, like, organize us just enough And when I say us, I mean anybody who's against this, because as you can see, there is an array of, like, you know, all different races in the thread of that video, saying, what the hell are we going to do?
Right.
This is crazy, right? So if we just all collectively were like, okay, we're going to cut off the companies to do this. We just watch their stock drop. Let me show you they be breaking out with cans to act right. They be down here trying to fund school. We just have to learn to implement that kind of discipline. You know what I mean? But that's one solution. That's one. Another thing that I think is important, just on a more social, is we have to go and get registered. We have to go down to these schools that are in our zip codes, right? And go down to them but go without weapons, right? And let them register you, do your background check, and then you have to go to the schools, you know, and you have to make yourself available to these kids, and not just you know, kids that reflect your liking, but also in schools with these young kids that don't reflect your liking. And the reason is because, you know, it's like those earlier years, the brain's the most malleable, and we want to help them begin to develop the empathy that America, for the most part, lacks when it comes to people of color, because of cultivation theory, because of the way in which the media steers them into thinking. You get what I'm saying? So if they're having, a dope first-hand experience with me at a school, that generalization of black people do this and black people do that goes away.
Right.
But also, just the black male figure present at a school, at an inner city school, you know what I mean? Is rare in itself. I think it's down to like 1.9%.
Right.
So a big part of it is making ourselves available to these kids. I've been doing it. I've done it. I continue to do it, and I really believe it makes a difference.
Let's clap up for that, man.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, yes. That's a great answer. That's a great answer, bro.
And we say that all the time. We always say that people are always complaining about so much, but yet the ones that have the most power to actually go out and actually try to fix things, or to maybe even get the word out there, they just sit there and don't do anything. So I commend you. I really appreciate. And that's
the thing. It's like you could simply do some research right now and find out. Oh, my phone company, the people that provide my cellular phone, actually benefit heavily from prison labor.
Right.
Well, you know what? Let me go switch my number over to boom, boom, boom. And you ain't going to do it. You are not going to do it.
Yeah.
And so I've just discovered some things that I'm doing where I'm using companies that support prison labor, and it's on my list within the next couple of days to go make sure that they are cut smooth off. Yeah. And so if you ain't getting up and at least doing that to a degree, that's kind of like telling your people to kiss your ass.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Silence is another form of racism.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, bro, you making moves in so many different ways, not just in the acting world and the comedy world and everything. You making moves just in life, man. You helping out human beings. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Like you still out there in the limelight, but you're giving back with knowledge.
Right.
And more of us need to do that. Go ahead, Romney.
No, I really appreciate that. It's nice of you to say that. And I think it's very important to take a moment like this to say, take your asses over to prisonlogic.com and check out the funny video. Thank you very much. No, I'm kidding. What I really want to say is that, you know, I don't know how other people do it, but for me, I'm just, it's hard for me to do something that I'm not inspired to do.
Right.
So I pretty much try to make a life of doing things that I'm inspired by. You know what I mean? I moved to Puerto Rico because I love fishing. I moved to Puerto Rico because, you know, I love the Caribbean. I love the Caribbean lifestyle. I love Caribbean food. I love Caribbean people. And, you know, I have fun when I'm there. I go diving and fishing. And
just feels different, right?
You know what? It's funny, man. Growing up partially in Trinidad, and see, you know, I grew up in an environment where people who look like me, of my ilk, were on the money. You know, people of my ilk were in the positions of authority, and you know, it was a very different experience from living in Baytown, Texas.
Wow.
And so, you know, you know, your interpretation of freedom might be very different from someone who's only seen the South.
Right.
Well, you know what, man? Again, let's clap it up for Romany Malco. Tell everybody, tell the world where they can follow you at, where they can get in touch with you at. Tell the world.
Say it again?
Tell everybody where they can follow you at, get in touch with you at. Just go ahead and tell the world right now.
Okay, listen, man. You know, I'm at prisonlogic.com, me and Tijuana Jackson. That's where we're going to be living for the next couple of months. And, you know, everything that you need to do, whether you want to catch me on Twitter, Facebook, website, or whatever, all that information is at prisonlogic.com. I just make it one hub that's easy to remember. Because if I tell y'all RomanyMalco.com or something, it ain't going to make no sense. I don't know how to spell it. But you can spell Prison Logic. So, just at prisonlogic.com. Come there. You ain't got to do nothing. Just come in there. Come to Prison Logic and pay a visit to the site. And just by you paying a visit, you help my ranking at Indiegogo, you know? Right. And you know what I want to talk about this really crazy, really quick, you know? While we talking for these next 4 hours. I'm really kidding. I'm really kidding. But I really want to say that the surprising thing is that I somehow now feel obligated to complete the story, because what's blowing my mind is people are like, oh my God, that was deep. Now we know. I mean, people of all colors, all ages. I get 55, 60-year-old white males, white females coming to me all the time and being like, bruh, I don't know where I've been all my life, but thank you very much. You know what I mean? What do we do now? That kind of thing. And what tripped me out is I'm like, that ain't even half. That's not even half. That's just a portion of the real drama. And so now I have this deep-seated obligation. As much as I want to focus on working on my campaign, I have this deep-seated obligation to tell more of the story in this fashion because it seems to be so appealing to people. And, you know, explain how it ties into, because what a lot of people will do, and what you get from a lot of, I'm just going to keep it real, what you get from a lot of goobers is they'll say, well, shit, people consider me a goober. But, look, what you get is a lot of people will go, well, don't do the crime, you don't do the time. And I think I need to take time to explain how this ties into 1937 redlining, you know, housing discrimination, and how that how schools are funded, and if you're forced to live in a lower income communities despite having a middle class income, that somehow ties into just, you know, how your schools are funded, and if that happens, then you're now living in a community that sometimes doesn't get working sanitation, that sometimes doesn't get clean water, that sometimes doesn't have full, staffing in schools and whatnot. You can understand how life looks to a child in those conditions as opposed to a child who lives in better conditions. So now people don't understand the stakes are higher, because even though you might be doing a crime, the stakes are higher. This is a matter of whether or not you eat. This is whether or not your child gets clean drinking water, right? And so if people could understand those dynamics, I think that it would help them develop even more empathy, because I am seeing this video help people to develop empathy. Where have you seen a thread with white people saying, damn, I might have been wrong about this Black Lives Matter thing?
Exactly.
Where have you seen that thread?
Yeah.
Right. And like,
so listen,
yeah.
I gave people a link to tune into this interview, and I'm just telling you right now, they're all saying all they hear is music.
Oh, they have to cut. No, they're on the wrong thing then. They need to go to the Storm Warning Show page.
Yeah. They're probably on the home page.
Yeah, they're probably on the wrong page. But all they have to do is just press pause on the music, though, if they're on the home page. But the actual show has its own page. And, and right on the home page, it has a picture of you. If they click on that picture, it goes right to the Storm Warning Show page.
Okay.
So
let me tell people.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
but we're gonna repost
anyway.
After the live interview. It's gonna be, this whole interview is gonna be reposted up there anyway.
Okay, cool. So anyway, I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying, man? What was we saying? We were saying something about prisonlogic.com being the funniest picture video you've ever seen in your life. But no, I just kind of feel like with this response, I feel obligated to tell more of the story. I'm like, well, damn, if people like to hear me tell history stories so much, maybe I need to just go ahead and kind of help people understand more.
Yeah. I mean, look, hey, Lady Divine, turn your radio down.
Yes, sorry.
Wait, Lady Divine is still on the air? Y'all keep people on the air like that?
It's like we trying to hang her up, but the line right now, I'm scared if we hang her up, we're going to hang you up, and so we don't want to do that.
Okay. See that? I'm doing an interview with a fellow Daytonian. Ain't that some drama? Ain't that some drama? I'm like, man, girl, let me shut up.
You know what?
Let me shut up. I ain't saying nothing else.
Now look, man, we about to run that trailer to almost
Christmas. Cut off. She worked for the Fed. Cut off.
I'm loving it. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
So Lady Divine, are you watching us live?
I was trying to, but then you said turn it off. I was just logged into it, so I was trying to log into it, and then you said cut off, so I walked away from my laptop. I'm going to log on again.
Yes, and press the play button on the video. You can watch it. You can watch the interview live right now as we're doing it. All right?
Okay, all right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, girl, take it easy.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. See, Romney, you the man. You are the man.
What?
I'm just saying.
No. Yo, that girl is beautiful. Like really, really chocolate skin. Like really long dreads. Like just always beautiful, and she never aged. And so, like, dudes kind of avoid it because we all think she made a deal with the devil. You know what I mean? Like she drinks some Hollywood celebrity devil blood or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, look. See, we got to get him back. We got to get him back
real.
Because I'm not gonna lie, man. This is the best. I think one of the best interviews we had in a long time. Yeah, dropping science and being funny as well. I love it, man. You're always welcome back to WBcast1.com Storm Warning Show, and you got some great projects happening. Is there anything else you want to tell the people before you go?
I just want to say purpose over paper. I want to thank the both of y'all for having me on the show.
Thank you.
And really, listen, if you get the opportunity to watch Rackets of Racism, go to prisonlogic.com. It's all funny. It's all entertaining. It's all educational all at the same time. Check out Tijuana Jackson, ex-convict turned motivational speaker. If you look at Prison Logic, you're going to find everything. But I just want to say thank you once again. Thank everybody for giving me a viral video. That's crazy.
Yes.
And I'm out, man. Look forward to doing more stuff like this. This is really interesting. It's really fun, but interesting in the way that this Racket of Racism video has created so much commentary, healthy commentary throughout these threads. I'm learning a lot because in the video I'm asking people to fact check. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I don't want to come up like I know it all.
Right.
And it's always new resources. So just thank everybody for all of the participation that has gone into giving us, actually, this viral video that seems to be doing some good and uniting people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. PrisonLogic.com. I'm out. You guys are listening to Storm Warning. Romany Malco.
That's what I'm talking about. And I want a T-shirt, man. I want a T-shirt so we can wear it next week on the show.
Dude, that's a done deal. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you up. You know what? Hold on. Don't hang up just yet. Go ahead and talk. I'm gonna do something real special. Hold up. Let me get this straightened out over here. This is some entrepreneurship right here. Watch this. Right. Excuse my language. I'm really trying not to curse more. My mother's very religious, and she's always saying, and I'm starting to actually feel like it now. That, if you noticed in the Racket for Racism video, I didn't curse at all.
Right.
I just kind of starting to feel like it's like, I don't know, man. Tijuana Jackson curses so much. Anyway, what am I doing? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a discount code called Storm Warning.
Nice.
And I'm gonna put it up, and I'm gonna just let people take that little discount code, and I'm gonna just give away. Let me give away 5 T-shirts real quick. You know what I'm saying? Give away 5 of them. Hold up. Y'all want 5 T-shirts. Everybody get 5. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, so listen, everybody. I'm telling y'all right now, here's the discount code. I guarantee you got to move quick or you're missing it, okay? The discount code is Storm Warning, all one word. And you can use that discount code right now at at romromapparel.com. romromapparel.com. Take your discount code. Get yourself a free T-shirt. We got codes. It's like the whole slogan of this company is, "Don't wear your wealth, wear a statement." And so we got some code statements going on over there. Go wear yourself a statement and put your money. You know what I'm saying? Invest your money into something that's going to generate a profit.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Awesome. Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. Let's clap it up, man. That's that dude right there, Romany Malco. We need more brothers like him. We need more brothers like him, man.
Yes, we do.
And again, man, we want to thank you for coming on the Storm Morning Show, WBcast1.com. And it's funny because when I talk to his brother, I think about my interview with Dick Gregory and the Nuggets. And the Nuggets he was dropping, bro. And trust me, y'all running neck and neck. I'm loving it.
Man, that's funny. Dick Gregory's the master. It's weird, man. You know, I just talk about the things that interest me, and this happens to be something that interests me because, you know, I went to county jail one time in L.A., and I was in there for like 4 or 5 days, and ever since that experience, something just clicked where it was like every time I watch like a slave movie or something, I always see L.A. County, L.A. County. It's like it's a very similar kind of dynamic. And so anyway, I guess that's how I don't even know how this thing came about. Let me shut up. Y'all have a blessed one. Thank you for having me on.
You too.
Right,
thank you.
God bless, man.
Thank you so much.
Later, y'all. Take it easy.
Y'all just got finished listening to Romany Malco on WBcast1.com, Storm Morning Show. A lot of information. Another clap, please. Yes.